The story we told yesterday, this is a whole long parsha, friends. But I'm just say one word about it. So yesterday, remember, the story was that the Rebbe was quoted, the Zalman Duchman, and the Tzemach Tzedek who said he's a hat maker, Kirchner, if the hat, he speaks. And if the hat fits, I mean you. It's meant for you. And he said, and it's Simchas Torah today, so this was Simchas Torah 1954, Shatnisht. Now, this came right after a long sikha, which was a watershed sikha. I just tell you the end, they write, the Rebbe said this with great emotion and said sharp expressions which people do not remember. And he said many times as he was speaking, he's talking this way because the Rebbe Rashab says, Simchas Torah Shatnis, Simchas Torah, there's no damage in if you speak in a very raw way, and there should be bechesed the barachim, and therefore he's talking this way. I'm just going to tell you the subject. This was the landmark sikha when the Rebbe spoke about kids not learning in Mudei Chol till 12 years old. And very sharp language. He's talking to the Chassidim, Lubavitch, who is Simchas Torah in 770. This is 1954, having to make a living and so on. This is obsessed everybody. It still does. But even, the Chassidim and everybody was caught up in this. And it broke the whole mentality. There's time for it later. And the expressions here are really, even that what's recorded, very, very strong. And so this is really the whole thing started. The whole thing. And Lubavitch is the only, nobody has this. If Satmar has basically Mudei Chol, part of they learn English, basic. The only yeshiva in the world that there's no Mudei Chol till whatever, or not at all, started Ali Torah, they started it. Few Chassidim got together after this, Fabrengen said. Because till then it didn't exist. Till then you had the Lubavitch Yeshiva in Ocean Parkway, like the school that I went to, the Yeshiva in Melbourne, and we had a secular curriculum, in fact, the best one in the state. The best in the state. Our students got the greatest number of scholarships consistently and so on. And they wanted that. Even after the Sikh, nothing changed. That has to be. And that's how in Montreal too. Originally, that was the idea, was to build a school for the state, for the city, and to attract Jewish kids. And parents shouldn't hesitate because they're going to compromise the secular education. They're going to get the best one here. That's really the agenda of the yeshiva. We're not going to the story. Things evolved and the community grew, etc. And at the same time, the Rebbe said this. So there's going to be need 2 tracks, 2 yeshivas. How do you go about this? But that's, at any rate, that's how Oli Torah was born. And other yeshivas like it throughout the world. This Fabrengen. So he said, if the hat fits, wears it. He didn't, what exactly he meant really everybody, but the other hand, because he spoke strongly about the attitudes of but to sacrifice the child on the altar of making a living from their earliest childhood already, worried about what the kid's going to be. And he adds, he says, we see, in fact, around for thousands of years, and Jewish material success has not been predicated on the secular education. It just doesn't work that way. At any rate, that's the context of this story of the Kirchner, the hat maker. Have a wonderful Chodesh, and see you all tomorrow, God willing, at 6:00. Good to see you all. David Chaim, Shalom Aleichem, good Chodesh. Welcome back. Yossi, good to see you. Yossi, you're in the
New Haven.
You've already settled. You have an apartment?
Kind of.
Okay.
Finalizing the next week. Finalizing next week.
Okay, Zambracha Vatzlochen with great success.
Thank you.
We're very happy you're joining us.
Good Chodesh. Thank you.
Good Chodesh. Okay.